Hey. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Today's Wednesday. And of course, I should not be on Wednesday because it's not my normal day. But guys, let me tell you, these days that we're in, it's not normal. And I will tell you
Hello.
why. Hi, C.
Hi, Iris.
I was just telling the people that this is not our normal day, but these days are not normal. So they're going to be seeing us popping in every now and then when there's something to talk about before Monday or Thursday. We can't just wait it out. I can't. I'm so excited about just trying to get the information out because some things it just drives me crazy, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta tell somebody. I gotta talk about this because it's just a little much. Now you have cable, I don't have cable, and so you would get more information than I would. um it what was it yesterday? I wanted to come on. What was that I told you I wanted to talk about? The vets, the veterans,
You want to talk
right?
about veterans and their rights and veterans being fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to discuss that. I think you want to express your frustration and anger towards someone having the audacity to hurt and to make our veterans a commonality when they deserve our very best, because this is the reason why our country have survived, notwithstanding by the grace of God, but the men and women that he allowed and appointed to go into the services and fight for our causes while we were able to put on suntan lotion and go, and do anything we wanted to do. They allowed this country, they worked for this country to be free.
Mhm.
And for some nincompoop like Musk to come along and just swindle it. And then the people believing that he had the authority, which is so crazy. But you can continue with what you were going to say about the veterans. It is shameful. So, express yourself about what you know and experience and how you feel about veterans being assassinated in this process, and Trump allowing this to happen to our veterans. He's almost like he's a flim flam person. He said, I love my vets, I love my policemen. And then on the other side, he's stabbing them directly in the neck, not the back, the neck. So it's just like I said, he's an assassin. While he is not taking a life and people are breathing, but they're just breathing by the will of God. They are not progressing, and some of us are unable to process what's going on. It's just overwhelming. It's just too much. Um, there you go, lady.
Man, you're saying it. You're saying it all. Um, this man truly has to have serious demons because how? I mean, he really doesn't like veterans. Period. And the reason why I say he doesn't like them, period, is you remember how he treated the Gold Star father and other Gold Star families. Well, I don't, and then even um, oh gosh, why am I the senator that died? Um,
Kane,
yes, um, John McCain.
John McCain. Yeah.
Um, how he said he doesn't like anybody that gets captured. What the heck is wrong with you? Don't want to be captured. Nobody wants to be captured in war, but he made it out. He was tortured. He was brutalized, but he made it out. And you
Yes.
have the gall and the nerve to say you don't like him because of that. You know, what the heck is wrong with the people that keep voting this man in? What is wrong with them that they don't know any better? Um, One of the things that I loved, Wisconsin voted for a Democrat
Yes, it
to,
did.
to go into the House.
Yes.
Um,
Supreme Court.
oh, okay, okay. Well, now the who were the people in Florida voting for?
They were voting for houses that was already emptied by one reason or another, one being that Matt's person
Right.
who he wanted to. So the Republicans did win there, but their margins was less than 10,000 or less. So, and Trump won those seats by 30%. So this time there was only a 10% gap. So it was a good showing for the Democrats in an all red territory in Florida. So they didn't win, but they made a good showing. And Wisconsin, she won with a sounding defeat of the other person that Musk was passing out money for. And the people let him know that, no, we can't be purchased. No, we are not Donald Trump. No, we are not those weak behind Republicans in the Senate and in the Congress. We shall not be purchased by any dollar because we see exactly what you're up to.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want you in our government because no one voted for you. Oh, they got the message clear. Now, as of today, I haven't heard any news because I was out most of the day, but last night it was clear that it was a resounding victory for the Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there was this miracle by the congressman, by the senator from Newark, New Jersey.
I know.
I know. I'm just amazed at
Cory
how he was
Booker.
able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess he had on diapers, but whatever he had on, because he couldn't take a bathroom break.
Yeah.
He couldn't drink. He couldn't go get any water.
Yeah.
It was like he was on the cross,
Yeah.
and he had to do this in order to erase that segregationist racist that did it in 1957. So he put that aside. So he had to go 25 hours and some minutes to erase the Southerner from South Carolina, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, um, I think that brought about some hope, that brought about more hope than people who were just feeling that, we're just losing on every end. We know you are there, God. We know you're going to fix this, but Lord, when you going to fix it?
Mm.
So just by him having the courage to go without food, to go without water, no one could talk in his behalf. He had to do the entire time. So I began to think about it from an anatomical point of view, which is, well, didn't you have to go to the bathroom? And then I figured that maybe he had diapers on, and he just made up his mind. It's amazing what the mind can do
Amen.
when they can't take the hurt anymore, when they can't take the assassination of what Trump is doing to the people. And when he was reading some of those letters that people in Texas that he had, look, he went beyond
Wisconsin. Mm-hmm.
he went beyond the number of people in the United States on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
People out of the United States was looking and checking him out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, now I did look at that. That was an amazing event. It was just, how did you do it physically? How did you do it mentally? How did you do it? He did it by
You
the
know,
grace of God.
people people asked him questions. The senators that were there, they took turns.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he couldn't sit down,
Mm-hmm.
and then, to keep him going, they would ask him
What?
a nice long. They'd have a statement, then they would ask him a question, and then he would retain the floor. So that helped him a whole lot. Thank the Lord. But
Mm-hmm.
but that was unbelievable.
And at the end, he was so hyped, so he really couldn't sit down. He couldn't stop. He had to wind his brains down. He walked around. They were still giving him questions, and he was responding. And like he said to them, I can't just stop now. He had to go on until his brains, as he was telling his brains, let's bring it in. He did mention that his heart rate went up. Of course it did.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God he is in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and he did it. And people, at least on MSNBC and CNN, they are talking with a little bit more hope today, because that's what we have to do. We have to encourage each other. We have to be there for each other. We have to tell each other, you're not alone. You're not alone in this. We share what you're going through, because all of us are going through something, and you're not alone. And because these are days when people feel like, what am I going to do? Especially if you are the head of your household, especially if you are the decision maker. Like, what am I going to do? If I lose my job, how am I going to pay the bills?
Yeah.
There are no social services. If you're not already in the system,
Yeah.
getting in there now is going to be hard as heck.
Yeah. You won't. I can't even see you getting in if you're not already in. I can't see you getting in. And you better be careful, if you are in, that you don't mess up in some kind of way. Because
Yeah.
they're taking it back so far that the help that people are getting can be in jeopardy. And to get back to the veterans and what you just said, what are those veterans supposed to do? They fired them. They fired them across the board. Thousands of veterans now have no jobs after they gave their lives for this country. This is the thing that I'm like, I am appalled at. How do you dare, Elon Musk and Donald Trump? Because Elon Musk is not just doing this because he wants to do it. This is headed by Donald
Of
Trump.
course.
He's got his signature on
Of
everything.
course.
He wants to say, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about this. You lying dog. You are a liar. You know about it all. You have planned it. You put it all together. You and your little team, your administration, those people that put that Project 2025 together. You all took 4 years to put that thing together, and now you're implementing it. And I'm telling you, people, you cannot just say Elon Musk. You must say Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Donald Trump first, then Elon Musk. There has got to be some people in the military that, if the people come together, and I'm going to be stressing the people, people tend to forget that we're the ones that put them in office. They're supposed to do what we want, but the agenda is, I'm doing what I want, and you just got to be happy with it. Don't they realize that you can be kicked out of office? That if the people came together, they can say, we want to impeach that congressman, that congresswoman. You don't have to wait for the election. demand that they be put out. Why why are people so simple-minded that they don't even realize that they have the power and the authority to be rid of this whole situation? You can be rid of it, but you gotta come together. It has to be a time in the lives of the American people that they will put aside whatever is going on in their head about whoever, Black people, Puerto Ricans. Nobody says nothing about the Chinese. Nobody says nothing about them, or the Japanese. It's always the Blacks and the Puerto Ricans. It doesn't matter. Everybody come together like you did with George Floyd. How you thought it was such an appalling situation that a police officer could put his knee on a man's neck and kill him. Don't you dare think that that situation is not going to recur more and more and more. And you know what's funny? That it'll come against your white children. It won't be just to Blacks. It'll be towards your white kids too, because you did nothing and Donald Trump don't care. They said Donald Trump said he did not care about how his terrorist is going to affect the American people.
Mhm.
You don't care, and you still
And
sitting there
finally, he
happy.
told the truth. He finally told how he really feels. So we should be
Exactly.
grateful for that. You know, he didn't care when he was elected. He didn't care when he was running, but he knew there were certain things that America have to have, and America people, we the people, some of us must hear those words. And his following didn't think that the sun would shine on them, that they would be hurt also. Well, I am so happy that they now see that he doesn't care nothing about you.
That's
And he is a very good con person. I said that months ago. I've never seen a person that is so clever that he can fool.
mm-hmm.
He fooled, not he can. He fooled the United States because he
Yes.
got allegedly the most votes. If he did,
He fooled half of the United States. Yes, he did. Yes.
yes, he did. And it didn't take much. Just his word, just by his words, just by things he said. He wasn't doing nothing. He didn't have to prove it. One thing I've been able to see over the years, seem like when a white person say something,
Mm-hmm.
people just believe
Yeah.
them. And I just don't know why. I I have not believed them since I was aware that they were white. And that's been a while ago. Even in business, I was always leery and wanted it in writing. Whatever you are saying, put it in writing.
Yeah.
Write it. Because if you don't have something to hold them accountable, the first thing they will tell you is that, oh, you misunderstood. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, 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 hell.
It doesn't matter if it's in writing because they're recorded saying what they say. So how do you deny that?
Easy. They'll say, Trump has told these people, I didn't say that. I didn't do that. They don't believe recordings. The reason why I mentioned it being in writing, this is when you're in business with these people, like the people are getting laid off. Some things they know the federal government offer them protection that they can't be just fired. So why are they going off their jobs? They know that state and federal employees have to have documentation of their progress for the first until they become permanent.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get to be a permanent person. The probation period may be a year, 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is. They have to write you up.
Yeah.
I don't know why these people are leaving their jobs. I don't know why. No one told them. You see, if they leave now, they'll be charged with abandoning their position.
Well,
And I don't know why they haven't figured that out.
they have been told to leave their jobs, that and then they're locked out, they can't get back in there. So what are they supposed to do? They get an email, um you're let go, you're
That's
fired.
not legal.
Of course it isn't. But
Hmm.
nothing that this man is doing is illegal. Not one darn thing. And then the fact that he's not even listening to the judges.
No,
What do
he's
you
not.
do in this situation? The people better come together. The people better come together and fight this foolishness. Otherwise, we are not going to have an election in the next 4 years, because he is going to make sure that he sets it up that he can continue to reign. And when he doesn't, he'll just pass it on. He'll stay there till he dies. And then he'll pass it on to whoever, because that's the way he's setting things up.
That's the
People
way
better.
he is setting things up.
Exactly.
But I don't believe it'll ever happen. I think that it's not going to happen, because you see, this man have to keep on breathing also, and he can't control when he breathes and how he breathes. He doesn't have control of that. But for some people, I guess they think that I'm just waiting on the Lord, just waiting on God, because you see, he is an old man. He's not no
That's right.
55-year-old, 60-year-old. He's old,
Mhm.
and he had problems. You see him walking carefully up those flights of steps going into the airplane, because he know his behind is off balance. The way he be turning his head, he's either high off weed or he high off being old. The sucker is old.
It could be both.
It could be both. Okay, maybe he been drinking some,
He
who
doesn't
knows?
drink. He doesn't drink. He
I
doesn't
think he
drink.
high.
Oh,
I think he high and just crazy.
yeah, he's
and
definitely
and there
crazy.
are times when people like him seem to have great power. But one thing about Wisconsin, the judge that won the Democratic seat out there, it shows that there's some things money cannot buy.
Yes. Thank God.
Money can't buy your life. Money can't heal your body.
That's right. Money can't give you peace
Money can't give you
when
peace, because
there
see,
is no peace.
Elon Musk is rolling around with a whole bunch of people as guards. Even some black people are in his guards.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah.
they need to be doing something, making him some coffee with a little rat poison in it.
Look, they can't do nothing like that, because hey, I'm sure he's paying them well.
Oh,
and
he's paying
and
them well.
like I said on Monday, you know who is going to bow? Everybody, as many people as possible, is going to bow, has bowed. The money, however much money, he was passing out $1 million over there in
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin. He passed out $1 million during the election,
Mm-hmm.
and people took that money,
Mm-hmm.
and they promised to vote for him. Well,
I would take the money, but I wouldn't vote for him.
I know that's right.
I'll take the money. I'll get in line 3 times and go right in there and vote for the Democrats. Whether they're low life, okay, they're better than Donald. They're better than Donald. And I don't think all of them, because Schumer need to go somewhere. He need to go somewhere, because he should not. He should have gotten something for his signature, for the
He
payroll.
should have.
He should have gotten
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
No. So he can't live that down. Just like Trump wants this to go away about the signal gate. No, they're probing deeper and yesterday they discovered that these people, these ignorant white folks that he put in charge of the Pentagon, the defense,
Mhm.
ignorant. They're using Gmail to send notices.
Yeah.
They have no respect. They don't understand the profile of the military.
Mm-hmm.
They're so stupid. They just disrespected everything
Yes.
that they put in place
Yeah.
to say it don't have to be all that. We don't need all this to do what we are doing. Oh, you're gonna cause a problem. Yeah, they should drop
They're
a
going
little
to cause
bomb over there.
war.
Yes,
That's what they're going to cause.
just go ahead and drop something over here.
Mm-hmm.
We need a lesson. See, sometimes we need, and if it falls near my trees or on me, then it just falls. It falls where it falls, and hopefully somebody will benefit from it and see these people are gonna kill us.
Yeah.
People don't like America.
Yeah.
People, they didn't like them much before, and
Now
they
they
have
hate us.
every reason.
They really
And I
hate us.
see these people going on vacation, going to the to Jamaica and Paris and London and this and that. Keep on going and get stuck over there. You better check where you're going.
You
You better
stuck,
check if
get
it's
killed,
good,
get something. Yeah.
and go over there and can't get back. There's a couple locked up in Mexico because something dealing with their these vacation weeks that people can purchase. There's nothing wrong.
What happened? You're muted. You muted. You muted. Can't. I don't know what happened. Um. Oh boy. Hi, Dee Dee. I see you there. You can text something in if you want to. I don't know what happened, but it says Carolyn is still there, but I don't see her. She disappeared, and I seem to be here by myself, I think. Okay, there you go.
Hello. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something happened there. It looked.
Yeah, someone called on my phone.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you was talking about this couple.
Yeah, they're in Mexico, been in jail for about a month because they refused to pay on their timeshare because something was not right. And the Mexican authorities called the police, and they're in jail. And now their people, family, and their Congress people are trying to get them out. There are a couple of people that stuck overseas on vacation, and they came in contact with the law for some reason, and they are having problems getting back to the United States.
Oh my goodness.
So be careful. Be careful, people. Don't go thinking that your money is going to see you through, because these people don't care nothing about that.
No.
And you don't have, and we don't have, we have people who will fight to get us back, but we don't have a president that will say anything on our behalf. We don't have that.
Look, there's a man, ISIS picked up, deported him, and he, what's his name? Abrego Garcia. He's, I'm so glad I looked at that. Do we know, people, that our country is paying $6 million a month for Mexico, is it? No.
El Salvador.
El Salvador, that's the one. For El Salvador to take the people that are being deported from here. Well, why are we doing something as ridiculous as that when they have fired our people here in America? $6 million a month to go to another country to house people in a prison? Well, you can build a prison here and put the people in there instead of I mean, if they're really committing crimes. I mean, if they, because some
If
of
they're
these people
gangs,
are not
report them.
committing crimes. They just picking up people off the street and transporting them because they just don't want them here. They're prejudiced, and they
Some
can't
women,
stand other people from other countries, especially brown countries, to come into this country. And Donald Trump and his minions are sitting up there paying $6 million a month to house people.
in their jails. And their jails have no checks and balances. Their jails are not like the jails in the United States, as deplorable as they may be
Yeah,
in the United States. Matter of fact, the women who was caught up in that, they didn't even know women that they were sending women. They had to bring them back. And now they are talking about how horrible they were treated. And when the Salvadorians realized that they were women, they said, no, we're not taking any women, because we have a lot of issues going on. And thank God. And because, they don't want to be bothered with females, and they might get pregnant and have babies, have periods and all that kind of
yeah.
stuff. So they sent them back. So they're now back. But about at least 4 people that they sent over so far in that raid are regular citizens. They just caught it. They
Yep.
just picked them
They just
and
picked them
sent
up
them.
off the street.
That's right.
This man that I'm talking about, he's married. His wife is a United States citizen. He has a 5-year-old child that is a United States citizen. And they said it was a mistake that
But they
picking him up.
said they can't correct the mistake.
Yeah,
But yes, they can.
but they saying, well, we can't do nothing about it. Yes, they can. They're liars. Just like they sent those women back, they can send
That's
those
right.
that they just picked up it wrongly, send them back. But if 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 Trump doesn't want to, then it just doesn't get done, huh?
This doesn't get done.
You know,
But those who he want to release from jail, those who he want, like the cop who killed George Floyd, he is going to release him sooner or later, sooner than we think.
well,
That he's trying to measure the pulse of the
exactly,
people. What will they say and do if I
exactly,
do this?
exactly. And there it is again. The people have to come together and stop all of this mess. They
But
have to
how,
stop.
but how does that happen in reality?
One,
How does that?
one, Republicans and Democrats have to come and they have to have their signs. I am a Republican. I demand that this mess be stopped. Go straight to that White House. Protest in front of the White House, in front of the Senate, in front of the House of Representatives. Go right there with your signs up and demand that Donald Trump be put out of office because he is not running this country the way that any American would want him to run it. Now, like I said, you got those people in his cabinet. They're racist, and all they want is to turn this country back to pretty much slavery. We are not going to stand for that. We're not going to stand for that. And I will say this: people that do not have weapons, you better get your weapons. Get your weapons, because we don't know what's coming. And I do believe war is on the agenda. It's coming because of all that Trump is doing behind the scenes. We just learned about these plans that they've implemented. Now the other countries know that it was the United States behind all of that. Don't you dare think for 1 minute they're not planning now to come against the United States. War is on the agenda. You must get yourself prepared. The prophets have been telling let me say the true prophets, because you got those white prophets. They're just, what the heck? They're so on Trump's side. They are blinded. They're blinded and they can't, they don't see. And I don't understand it. But then again, I'm gonna bring this up. There's a scripture in the Bible, and if I had looked it up, I would be able to tell you exactly where it is. But those that know the Bible will know what I'm talking about. There were prophets that was sent, and they lied. They were, I call them prophet liars. God put a lying spirit in their tongues. He put it there so that they would not say the truth. You've got these white pastors and so-called prophets. Jonathan Kahn is one of them. He was so against Barack Obama. Oh my God, all he did was speak against Barack Obama. And now all he does is speak for Trump. And he's supposed to be a prophet. You are a prophet liar. I'm saying it out here on Facebook and anywhere else that this can go. I'm telling you, Jonathan Kahn, you're a prophet liar. You're hateful. For you to sit up there and deceive God's people, or the people that say they're God's people, because that's questionable at this point. Because God is love. And if you don't have the love of God in you to protect God's creation, you don't belong to him. You must have love in you. The love of God must be in you in order for God to even say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You're mine. But if you don't have the love of God in you, you could be for sure you don't belong to him. And he will say, depart from me, because I don't know you. I don't recognize you. You were not there to help my people when that man came against the people, robbed them of their health care, robbed them of their food, robbed them of their finances, robbed them of their jobs in order just to provide for their families. That man, Trump, that you just seem to love more than me, you were in his corner when I was not. And you didn't seem to realize that. I don't know you. I don't know you. So, oh my God. This is outrageous. And the church is going to be the first to be judged on all of this. If you don't have the Spirit of God in you to say, this is foolishness, what this man is doing. I need to get my congregation together, and I need to join in with other congregations. We all come together with one mind, one heart, the heart of God, and turn this mess around. Then, only then, will God be pleased with you. Other than that, forget it. Forget it, because you're gonna be in trouble. That's that's the bottom line on all of this mess. And I say, let me see, I have here Republicans, tell your Congress people They are going to be replaced. They better do what you elected them to do, not what they are doing. You must, as I see all these town halls going on and they're yelling at their congressperson, like, why haven't I heard someone say, we're going to vote you out of office, or we are going to impeach you?
I've heard a few people say, we're going to get rid of you. We're going to vote you out. I've heard a few, but not a lot. But I think it's a matter of words. They're not used to, and I'm glad, now these are white folks. I'm glad that they're up and saying that, because they realize that we got fired, we got terminated. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't the people of colors. It's us. So let me go out here, because, you know, white folks, just like they're good to be around when you are in an accident and you down in the river and you need somebody to jump in, white folks will jump in. Black folks will be over. If they stop, they will say, oh my goodness. White folks will jump in the water. And see, it don't take much for them to turn. And they are turning right now against Trump. But he have people so jammed up, like his taxes today, his tariffs, his taxes. This is what he talked about all day today. The amount of money. See, people see like I heard one car dealer person said, I can't even figure out what to put on my stickers, because this man is going left, right, because it's going to impact upon not only buying cars, but having cars repaired, having anything repaired that require aluminum and steel, and now brick and mortar, anything wood. And that's when it's going to ripple into housing, building new homes, selling homes, whatever the price is going to go up. Will people be able to afford it? Some will, but the masses won't. Because they just won't be able to pay something like $4,000 a month for a home. It's outrageous. Outrageous. They can't pay that unless mortgages go up from, and there are some mortgages, I understand, that is up to 40 years now. It'll have to go to 50 years for people to afford housing. My God. 50 years. Right now, there are a few that is 40 years, not 30, because 30 is becoming the low norm. 40 is becoming the new norm. Wow. If prices continue to be, because they're pricing people out. I still see that the malls are filled on weekends. And I wonder, why are y'all in the malls? Can't you take a break for a moment? I'm running out of power here. Let me see. They don't believe what's happening. That's one. Two, they don't know what's happening. They don't know, and they don't. They're not preparing. They're not prepared. And when all of this breaks loose, they are going to be shocked that, what the heck? I can't get to any money in the bank. I can't feed my family. It's going to be civil war going on here, besides the war that we are going to have to fight, not abroad, but here in America, because they're coming after us. All of this man Trump has, with his madness, is setting up for the American people. He's not doing nothing good for us. And look, Elon Musk, he's sitting up there getting his little SpaceX thing all planned so he can put all those billionaires inside that capsule. So when all this crazy mess happens, they can go on up in the sky.
Now, they already know that you can live up there because they just brought down 2 people that's been up there for months. So,
And they've been up there for months. They came back alive, but they're not functioning right. So I hope that when he load up his billionaires, that they pop in the smithereens as soon as they clear the airspace in America, blow their behinds up till they won't be able to describe, won't even be able to get DNA samples because they'll be gone dead. Okay, gone dead. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Like that song says, I wonder what keeps me from going under. I know it's Jesus, because otherwise, you know, you want to pick up an Uzi and go out there and get the job done. Get it done.
yeah.
I hope I wake up every morning and one of these mornings out here, Trump's home. He's home. He's home.
Well,
Resting.
yeah, you don't
Resting
bite your tongue.
until it's his turn to jump into the fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Him and all those billionaires.
And all his people and all his
yes.
minions.
They all need to go.
I tell you, if I was in an interracial marriage right now, we would have to be doing real good, because the minute the man, if he even say brown, oh, I'll be all over him, all over whooping his behind for the past, for the present, and if the future doesn't change, let me give you whooping for that. Okay, I am a mad black brown woman, mad. Yes. My smile is gone. Now, of course, I'm dealing with heavy allergies, and the medication for it just makes you a little woozy.
Yeah.
But I'm also angry at myself, angry at the people, angry at where in the heck are the young folks? What are they doing? What about those rappers who are now not that young? They're in their 50s, like Snoop Dogg, and you know, and his racist butt. See, he is racist. See, there's some black people racist too, against their own race.
Yeah.
They'll go for the money before they go for what is right.
Yeah.
But not all of them are like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes, I'm angry.
And there was something
I don't
came in my
have.
mind. I forgot it that fast. While you were speaking, there was something that came. Oh my God, I needed to say that. But keep talking. It might come back.
I don't know. Keep talking. I don't know what else I might say. Other than the fact, yes, I'm angry. I don't want to be bothered with nothing or nobody. And it's sad. A lot of people are like that. They don't know why they're uptight. They don't know why they're at a level 1 anger at all times. It's because the sign of the times.
I got it.
Good.
I contacted Howard University. I spoke to a young lady of one of the administrators that deals in the communications department. And asked her to, I said, what we have discussed about Kamala Harris, how she ended her campaign there, but there are many of us that want to see her back because she brought joy. She brought a feeling that we had hope, and we need her to come back on the campaign field. She only lost by 1.2%, and that she needs to come back and regenerate the people so that
comfort the people, give them hope.
We need a leader. We need a leader. She was a leader. She can do this. She can be the one to do this. Yes, she can come right back and say, I told you so. I told you what was going to happen. Now let's see what we can do to fix it. And then just bring back the joy. Bring it back.
and
Bring back the fight.
challenge
Let me
him
put it like that.
and call him out globally. She have a big mic.
Yeah.
Joy Reid had one, but they took her down. The bosses at MSNBC and NBC.
Right.
Someone told them, you got to stop her. You got to stop her because she have a big mic and she's worldwide. Okay.
Yeah. Joy Reid, yes, but she was not the vice president of the United States,
I'm not saying she replaced Kamala. I'm saying she had a mic. See, they neuter Black and brown people when they take an outspoken leader away. They neuter because no one, you and I will have to push till we get someone with a mic to notice us. That's how this system works. Right now, we are talking to a few, and really, this is almost like therapeutic. This is therapy.
Yeah.
To get this out,
so
that and let people know you're not alone. You don't have to sit in your house or wherever you're sitting and think, what in the world am I going to do? Open your mouth and speak.
Do something.
Just like they tell you in church. Open your mouth and praise him. Yeah. Open your mouth. Say something.
Yeah.
But no, they're sitting there like some women do, sit with their mouth closed and legs tight. Throw up your legs and open your mouth. Did you understand me, Iris?
I heard you. I did. I heard you.
Tight-legged women, I can't stand y'all. Open up your mouth and talk. Like I told y'all a few minutes ago, I'm mad. Yes, I am. I'm a mad brown Black woman. And I don't have no time to mince words with, ooh, ain't got no time.
Yeah.
I don't know. There must be a disciple that Jesus had that was spirited, Iris. Who would you say?
Peter.
That I remind you. That I remind you of.
Huh?
Who do you say that I might remind you of if I was a disciple?
I don't know, because you're kind of chilled a lot of times. You know,
there are times when I'm quiet because there are times when there's nothing for me to say because it haven't marinated and saturated. And sometimes I can think about what I would like to say, but I usually get around to it. So while I'm a little lukewarm about some things, I'm not lukewarm when it comes to action. Sometimes I get distraught because things are not happening fast enough. And I don't have the big mic. I don't have a little mic. And like I end one of the shows last week, Lord, please let me wake up and be 35 one more time. One more time. Now, I need to be 35 for about 3 months. One time. For about 3 months, Lord. And I'll go back to being me again.
No, you don't need to be 35. You don't. You need to be
where
you are so you can fight. You have that fight in you. Where when you were 35, you probably, no.
When I was 35, I wasn't paying any attention to politics because I wanted to get with the hospitals and industries like that. I wanted to be a part of the board. I was fighting to change for things at that level, hospital care. And I knew it wasn't with the people on the floor. You have to go where they're making the decisions. Now, when you go there, they're going to kill you sooner or later. They're going to shoot you. So your time has to be well spent. And you give them something to remember that I made a difference. I did something. But so I wasn't really paying attention to politics at that time. I'm aware of what was who was in office. But look, we have never had this type of tyranny and
Right.
craziness before. Not in my lifetime, not since I've been paying attention. Now we've had some sapsuckers in there. We've never had this crazy demonic controlling whore, not hoe. We never had this before. We never had people who wanted to destroy other people outright. At least with Martin Luther King, they didn't even want to destroy him.
You said
They let him live until God said it. I guess He allowed it to happen.
of course he allowed it to
But
happen, but yes, they were plotting and planning to get rid of that man. You know, they wanted anything and everything because he was bringing whites and blacks together.
and they didn't want
No,
that. And now we have somebody who don't want the blacks, the brown, the whites, the yellow, the green. This man just wants to be in control.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
A straight up dictator.
Straight up
He
dictator.
wants to be like his friends across the world. And we're not having it. We're not
Nope.
having it. Americans, we're not having it. We are not having it. No, you can forget it. We are not going to have a dictator here. And I think before a dictatorship was to happen, we're going to be in war first.
Oh yeah.
We'll be in war
Yes.
from across the world and right here, civil war.
And if we have it, so be it. Because it's worth it. Our freedom and democracy is worth it. Having people live and earn a decent wages for their work, remembering those who went before us, like the soldiers, the people, the Marines, the Navy, the Army, all of those people, men and women, knowing that they sacrificed their lives for wars overseas, knowing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that we have come to this time in our lives where they are getting laid off. And does it affect me directly? No. But that's because it's the love in me that makes me want, and I hurt for them. And I have family members who have served in the armed services.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad how they're being treated.
Yeah.
It's sad how hospitals, if this thing doesn't turn around soon, it's going to impact hospitals.
Yeah.
Because they're going to start laying off because they're not getting the federal fund.
Exactly.
See, hospitals make a lot of money off Medicare and Medicaid.
Yes.
Some people, some of we the people, look down on people on Medicaid. They don't necessarily look down on Medicare because it's money you've paid into, it's your age and all of that.
Right.
Some of them look down on that too.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't know, hospitals are able to operate at the beginning of each year. They get millions of dollars for Medicaid and Medicare to take care of everybody when they go to the hospital. And the hospitals draw down from that as they need the money. When they're unable to draw down that money from the federal government, which is Medicaid, folks, and Medicare, you uppity folks, unless you go and pay for your hospital bill yourself and give them $100,000 when you go in there to have your something taken out, whatever it is, then you being supported by Medicaid and Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell folks when we were in business, lift your head up high. Go in there and tell them boldly, I need to be treated and I'm on Medicaid. See, America have its own
Oh,
prejudiceness.
yeah, absolutely.
And some of this is to correct that behavior.
Some of what is to correct that behavior?
What we are going through now, everybody being hurt, everybody being penalized, some people are going to realize, I didn't know that the Black and brown community was going through all this. Yeah. Yes, now you know.
Yep.
Because you're going through it
Yep.
now.
Yep. Okay.
That's what I
Okay.
mean. Okay.
You made that good and plain. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because you see, I've watched people in the hospitals when I used to go see and visit people,
Mm-hmm.
where they come in and some medical people will announce, "Oh, I see you on Medicaid." And one time I had the opportunity to correct a few. And what does that mean? And what are you on? And I was visiting. Don't hurt this person's feelings, because they think it's an embarrassment.
Wow.
So you see, I've seen our little people do a lot of stuff, black and white and yellow and green, jealousness, jealous of people. No reason, have no reason. There are people right now who are hating on this senator, and I don't know why I can't remember his name, Cory Booker. There are people right now in the Senate and Congress and others that are hating on him. They're being forced to praise him because he has done something that they could not put together.
Mm-hmm.
All I can say, Cory, thank you for those diapers you had on.
Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, because he had to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
You think he went 25 hours and didn't have to go? I'm not saying the twosies, but he had the onesies.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Think about it. See, this is what you have to do.
He prepared his body.
He can't. He cannot do that. That is scientifically impossible.
Well,
your bladder can't stretch that much.
He wasn't drinking anything. He didn't drink a thing.
No, but he didn't drink anything during that period, but he drank before. He had to. Now, how
I think he prepared himself. You know, that he
I believe that he mentally prepared himself to go without, but I do believe that he had on some time, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that helped him to do what he had to do. I think it's good that we have different things today that will help us to do the unbelievable. But scientifically, medically speaking, his bladder wasn't going to allow all that. We can't, even when we train, think about it, 25 hours? I don't think so. Now and I think he prepared not to eat. Of course he did. He even mentioned the fact that his team helped to prepare him for this journey.
Yeah.
He had doctors, he had different people working with him.
Of course. Yes. And that's all I'm saying, that he had people preparing him for the time he was going to spend doing what he did.
And what I'm saying is that there are things out there to help him, to support him, whether we want to address it or not. I address all of the issues dealing with the human body, even the ones that people don't like to mention.
Okay.
So, therefore, perhaps you should enjoy the times that I'm a little quiet.
Why?
Because truly, I did not expect to do all this talking today.
Well, I'm glad you did.
It wasn't a part. I came on to listen to you.
Yeah, and I said what I was going to say. Mm-hmm.
But something got a hold of me.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Well, I'm not too happy about that. Why? So we have been on an hour, and this is not our usual time. And I was, when you mentioned it to me, that, because things get super hot with you and I about the worries of the world.
Yeah.
And we just got tell somebody. But now I understand. And that's why today I said, of course, because last night I was whooped. But today I reserved some energy because I knew you would be, I said, she can't hold it. She can't hold it. She can't hold it. She can't hold it. So folks, when y'all see this, know that this is one of our moments when our patients have been pushed. And we will always let you know. And I suggest to y'all need to say something.
Yeah. You
and do something.
got to do something. Michelle Obama said, do something.
And vote the next time. Wake up, get off the couch, and vote. I didn't know that many people, that what I heard about, how many people did not vote this last election.
Yeah.
Did not. And they have narrowed it down to the Black vote.
Yeah.
They have narrowed it down to the Black folks didn't come out to support Kamala.
Look, I heard where people were saying, it's not going to be anything anyway. It's not going to be no difference whoever gets in. Well, they have found out differently. She was planning to set up affordable housing for people to be able to own a home and make it, they were going to be built just for you, that you could afford to live in those houses. Now, people that have houses are about to lose their houses because Trump has fired all of these people, thousands upon thousands. He has fired. So they're in jeopardy of losing their homes because people live paycheck to paycheck.
Amen.
So you will see abandoned houses everywhere.
Amen.
Unless mortgages, somebody else I think came in, but their name isn't. You'll have to type in your name in order for us to recognize you, because something's wrong with my Facebook thing. It just keeps putting up Carolyn Alexander. So we're, for us to know who you are. I see Dolores Massey, she's there. But I don't know why it keeps doing that. But you are going to see the neighbors where they're going to be put out in the street unless the mortgage companies decide to bring their, like you said, they're going to stretch that money out, and change the mortgages. There's no other way that people are going to be able to stay in their houses. And of course, if they don't have money, what's going to happen with unemployment? People that have literally lost their jobs and then they have to apply for unemployment for so long. Some people have been paid out, but for those that haven't been paid out, what's going to happen? So there we are. Oh my goodness, you froze. That same thing that happened before has happened right now, because you're at a still point. Hopefully you'll come right back in. But guys, can we literally call for Kamala Harris to come back? We need a lot of people to just do that. Reach out to her. Can we make these videos go viral? We need them to go out to more people. They would only pretty much go out to my friends and family. But you have friends and family. Post these videos to people that you know so that these videos can go out. We are doing something. This that we are doing is doing something. We're informing you. We're enlightening you. We're giving you things that we see in the news, things that the Lord reveals to us. And in fact, I think some of the things that we say are even a little more than what the news people say, because some of the things that we say are, you know, given to us from the Lord. So we need to make this stuff go viral. Please, please put it out there, so that we can make a difference in this world. We can do it. We don't have to sit around and take what Donald Trump and his administration is trying to do against the American people. And yes, we do talk about the difference with whites and blacks, but we love you all. It doesn't matter what nationality you are. We love you all, and we're fighting for you all. And we're just glad that you white folks are getting out there fighting, because we always fought. Now you're fighting. And if you want us to join you, you better say something. We want to all fight together. And I would even go as far as to say that maybe we might not agree on everything, but we have one plight, and that is to survive this mess. Liz Cheney knew what was coming. She had it. She knew it because she was a part of that Republican thing. Now, she joined up with Kamala Harris because she knew what was coming. That's what you need to do, my white sisters and brothers. You need to forget about people's color, their nationality, not wanting people to have a decent life. You got to stop that. Let's all come together and fight for the survival of America. We've got to do that. And it's obvious that Carolyn is not going to come back in and say anything else, because she hasn't done that. But she is still watching. So I'm going to say good night. It's 8:12. We came on at 7. So we're, sometimes we get to run in our mouth a lot longer. But I want to say I love you all. Love you, Dee Dee. Everybody, we love you. Let's get together and do something. Get in contact with me. Say something on your Facebook to me. You should be able to find me. So look for me. I'll respond. Okay. I think, because I'll be so busy. I need a secretary. Okay, guys. Love you. Have a blessed night and a blessed the rest of the week. We probably won't be coming on tomorrow because we came on today, but if something happens, I'll be back tomorrow, regular time. Love you. Bye-bye.